Bismillahirrahmanirrahim with presentation of online video classes for the student of Institute of English Shahab Latif University Kharagpur. This time I, Muhammad Ibrahim Khokhar, present before you a video lecture for the student of MA Previous. The subject is drama and the title of this topic is Beauty of Helen as described by Christopher Marlowe. Christopher Marlowe's Dr. Faustus is in fact the drama of Renaissance, and one of the elements of Renaissance was love for beauty. Marlowe has exploited this love for beauty in this play, Dr. Faustus, with the presentation of Helen of Troy in this drama. Now, Helen of Troy appears twice in this drama. Now let's see that how beautifully Marlowe depicts the beauty of Helen. Marlowe is said to be the writer of mighty lines, and one critic says that had Marlowe not written the entire Dr. Faustus but had only written the lines that he has narrated for the beauty of Helen, he could have still enjoyed the title of being the writer of mighty lines. In Act 5, Marlowe introduces Helen to the audience. Dr. Faustus is in company of his three friends, all of them are scholars, and then they talk about beautiful women. First scholar tells Dr. Faustus that, Master Dr. Faustus, since our conference about fair ladies, which was the beautifulest in all the world, we have determined with ourselves that Helen of Greece was the admirablest lady that ever lived. Now Marlowe describes and uses two superlative degrees for Helen, and see, the beautifulest and admirablest lady that ever lived was Helen of Greece. Therefore, Master Doctor, if you will do us that favor as to let us see that peerless dame of Greece, whom all the world admires for majesty, we should think ourselves much beholding unto you. And this scholar requests Marlowe to bring Helen before them so that they could enjoy the real beauty of Helen, because they have simply read about Helen's beauty as we people have done in books. They hadn't seen Helen in reality. Now they request Dr. Faustus to utilize his powers of necromancy and bring Helen before them. And then Dr. Faustus is generous enough to support friends, and Dr. Faustus replies them that for that I know your friendship is unclean, and Faustus' custom is not to deny the just requests of those that wish him well. Faustus tells them that he never denies the requests of his true friends, and then he invites Helen on the stage, and for the first time in the play, Helen herself appears on the stage, and that is the magnanimous show that have ever been brought into English drama. Music, their sound, and Helen passed over the stage. Helen passes the stage. Dun, dun. Watching the beauty of Helen, the first scholar utters, too simple is my wit to tell her praise, whom all the world admires for majesty. He said that human wit is too simple. Human mind has no power to explain the beauty of this matchless here. Such beautiful damsel. The third scholar utters, no marvel though the angry Greeks pursued with a 10-year sword the rape of such a queen, whose heavenly beauty passed all compare. Scholar tells that we used to astonish that why Greeks had fought war for 10 years for a single woman, but while now we have seen the beauty of Helen, we wish that there could have been the war of 1,000 years for such a beautiful damsel. 10 years war was not a long period. And then first scholar again says, since we have seen the pride of nature's work. Now Marlowe describes Helen as the pride of nature's work and only paragon of excellence. For Marlowe, Helen is the paragon of excellence. Let us depart, and for this glorious deed, happy and blessed be Faustus evermore. This was the first time when Helen had appeared in this play. Now, in this same act, when Dr. Faustus was hurt, by the interruption of an old man, and he deviated from the path of Mephistopheles. And when Mephistopheles rebuked Dr. Faustus requests Mephistopheles to bring Helen again so that his senses may be controlled. And then Mephistopheles, who is always at the command of Dr. Faustus, brings Helen once again before the Dr. Faustus. And now these are the most powerful lines ever uttered by any writer in English literature, and I read them. Faustus, while enjoying the beauty of Helen that stands very close to Faustus, says, "Was this the face that launched 1,000 ships and burned the topless tower of Ilium? Was this the face that launched 1,000 ships and burned the topless tower of Ilium? Sweet Helen, make me immortal with a kiss." And then he kisses Helen. "Sweet Helen, make me immortal with a kiss." Helen is the only woman in the world that makes somebody immortal with a kiss. This quality is not being possessed by any woman of the world so far. And then Dr. Faustus goes on, "Her lips suck forth my soul. See where it flies." Helen's lips have taken the soul of Dr. Faustus, and Faustus is looking for his soul and says, "Her lips have sucked forth my soul. See where it flies. Come, Helen, come, give me my soul again." And he requests Helen for another kiss so that he may take his soul back. And says, "Here will I dwell, for heaven is in these lips, and all is dross that is not Helena." And tells that in these lips Faustus may suffer thousands of years of torments, and tells that this world is useless. This world had no beauty and no attraction if there is no Helen in this life. If there is no Helen in this world is useless. And then Faustus goes on and says, "I will be Paris, and for love of thee instead of Troy shall Wittenberg be sought. And for you the battleground instead of Troy will be Wittenberg. And I will combat with weak Menelaus and wear the colors of my plumed crest." And says that I am not like Paris not to fight with Menelaus, and says I will be bold enough and courageous enough to fight with that weak Menelaus, but while wearing the plumed crest from your colors. And then goes on and says, "Yeah, I will wound Achilles in the heel and then return to Helen for a kiss." And says, "I will go fight, and then I will wound Achilles in a heel, and then I will get disturbed, I will get hurt. If I will get any difficulty, I will return back from the battlefield and kiss Helen so that I may get vigor, so that I may get strength, because Helen brings life. Helen is the source of inspiration and source of life." And says, "Yeah, I will wound Achilles in the heel and then return to Helen for a kiss. Oh, thou art fairer than the evening air, clad in the beauty of 1,000 stars, brighter art thou than flaming Jupiter when he appears to hapless being, more lovely than the monarch of the sky." And that is the limit of describing beauty of any woman, while Marlowe says that you are more beautiful than the monarch of the sky. Marlowe tells that you are even beautiful than God. There is no comparison for the beauty of Helen. This is the best tribute paid to the Helen, and tells that you are more lovely than the monarch of sky, and wantons, Erthos, azure arms, because Apollo, who is the monarch of the sky, appeared most beautiful while he was in company of his nymph Erthos. And Marlowe compares the beauty of Helen with that, and then says, "And none but thou shalt be my apparel." And Dr. Faustus concludes that if there is only single lady on earth to be married with, that is Helen. Now this is the limit of beautiful description of any female character. Such beautiful and matchless lines have no any peer, have no any compatriot or counterpart, or even very closing attribute in entire English literature, whatever I have read. I love all these lines, and I hope that you people have also loved this. Thank you very much for watching this video.